Hey everyone, welcome back, y'all. I did not expect for you guys to see me back this early. It is June 16th, and I am supposed to be in Tunisia, and I am not there. The reason for this is the fact that I went to the airport yesterday, ready to fly out, and found out that Air France had canceled my trip without notification and without purpose. When I spoke with the airlines, they said it happens from time to time. I have flown so many times. I have flown internationally multiple times, and I've never had an issue with this. So I am super shocked and sad to report that my trip was completely canceled. I did receive a refund back. However, since I booked the trip so far in advance, I was able to get a ticket for a much cheaper price than I normally would get a ticket for if you go through airlines and you book right then and there for a trip that's either on the spot or coming up soon. You pay more, but if you book further out, you pay less. So sad to report that. However, not sure what's going to happen. My trip flight insurance only covered giving me back the money that I paid for the trip. They did not compensate me any further. I will be recalling Air France today and speaking with a supervisor because I feel like further compensation is needed since I did get a COVID test before I left, and because insurance purposes they would not pay for it since it was for traveling purpose and not because I was sick or around somebody with COVID. I feel like they should reimburse that, and they should reimburse the day that my chihuahuas were in daycare. On the up scheme, happy side of things, I am looking for another flight, hopefully in early to mid-August. My daughter, Tori, is going to stay up with me until the end of August, so I kind of really need to rebook the flight fast. Yes, I'll have to pay a little bit more, anywhere from $500 to an extra $1,000, y'all. This is why I'm super upset about it. My husband is okay. The family in Tunisia is fine. They know what's going on. I'm in constant contact with my husband. We video chatted for well over an hour last night to make sure he was okay, I was okay. We were kind of both freaking out a little bit about this. So that's my update for right now. I am going to have to replace the dog daycare funding that was used for the one day that they were in daycare. They were super excited to see me back home and see me pick them up. So they don't realize that they're going to be going back to daycare. But daycare did freeze my account, make sure no more extra money was coming out. One day in daycare was $80, y'all. One day for 2 chihuahuas. But, y'all, they go to a higher end daycare. They get a lot of extra activities. They get pup cups at night for a snack, things like that. So I pay really well for daycare because they do a lot of things with them at daycare. So here we are going to be stuffing, I believe it is $383 today, y'all. So we're back to stuffing. We're going to restuff some funds. We're going to add some extra funding in because, as you all know, Tucker, my 8-year-old Chihuahua rescue that I got last October when my 17-year-old Chihuahua, Sid Happy Logan, passed away in October of 2021. We did end up with an emergency rescue. His name is Tucker. He is 8 years old, and he has a tumor that we found out is not cancerous. Now, I will still have it sent off to pathology, but y'all, we got to take care of his surgery coming up on July 7th to have that tumor removed. So our first envelope we're going to stuff today, and yes, y'all, look, I got nails today. I had nails to go see my husband. I don't ever wear nails unless, I go to see him. But my daughter did my nails yesterday. See, they're pretty. She put little diamonds on them and that. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and restuff our first envelope. It is going to get a $50 bill because 20 of it is for our annual vet bill. And the other 30 is towards Tucker's surgery coming up on July 7th. I was quoted between $250 and $300. The extra 30 out of this 50 plus the 150 I put in there gives me already 180 towards his surgery coming up. And the extra 20 out of that 50 is for the annual vet bill coming up in December for both Jaya and Tucker. So that's our first one. One that you haven't seen me stuff yet. And y'all, my son is making finally the dividers today. I did get some cardstock, just some white cardstock to put in so I can start dividing the front from the back, because the money that's in gas is not for gas, it's for the other side. And that is why it's paper clipped, to let me know it's for the back side and not the front side. But we will be making a mass amount of just white cardstock, sizing down dividers between this side and this side. And I would love to thank Jerry Glass again for letting me know, instead of buying actual dividers that are pretty pricey for what they are, just use some cardstock, cut it down, and put it between the two, because that has saved me a ton of money. So, in gas, and yes, we're going to do gas because I do pay my daughter gas money when she takes me out. And the lucky thing with this is where I live, we're going to put $20, y'all, in for gas. No paperclip needed on this side because I know it's for this side of the envelope. The lucky thing with me is I live within a couple of miles around everywhere I need to go, with the exception of Children's Mercy. And I usually get medical transport because Jessica has a lot of special needs. That is my 12-year-old daughter who has hydrocephalitis. So with that being said, our insurance pays for medical transport and things like that. But things like Danya will be going into volleyball camp. That's my 13-year-old. Will be going into volleyball camp in July. She has 2 back-to-back volleyball camps, and then she's got tryouts. She's going into the 8th grade. She's my only public school student. My daughter, Tori, will be running her back and forth for those sessions. And y'all, it's only a couple of miles from the house. So we're going to go ahead and put a $20 bill in for right now. So the trip has been canceled, as I said, and I'm not sure what happened. They couldn't tell me what happened. And it's just a tragic thing because I was looking so much forward to it. But we got a couple more months now, and August will be up and around the corner before I know it. So my husband and I are doing okay with that. We're just really upset because we wanted to see one another. And, oops, let's go back here. Wanted to see one another, and it's not happening right now. I know I still have a Q&A from a couple of months ago that I need to take care of. Oh, here we go. Here's my traveling. And I plan to still do that. I probably will need to do that now more than ever. Hold on, let me check this real quick because my kiddos are not up. I want to make sure I'm in the right envelope here. And this one is, yes, I am in the right envelope. Okay. Y'all, I have to put this underneath my CCTV so I know where I'm at. So traveling, again, on the back side is what that money is for. Traveling is going to get $100 because I am going to have to pay for travel again. I did get reimbursed my money, but again, it's going to be anywhere from $500 to $1,000 extra dollars. So we are going to currently put another $100 right now into traveling. I will be bulking this up. This is now a priority for me. And daycare, since we did use $80 of our daycare money, they did not charge me extra fees or anything like that. I explained to them what was going on for my traveling concerns and how I got canceled out of nowhere. And they just went ahead and took the $80 out of the account, and the account is still sitting with a ton of money in there at the daycare facility. So we're going to go ahead and put another 100, even though I only used 80. I'm just going to make sure nothing else goes belly up on me. So they said go ahead and rebook with them as soon as I find my flight. And again, y'all, flights are super expensive right now because if you're booking closer to the time you're going to leave, you're going to pay more. So $100 in there should cover the rest of the daycare that we need to cover for the day that they were in daycare. Now, on the back side, we're going to go to our penny challenge. We're going to complete June 15th to June 21st, which is a week at a time. Oops, I better be feeling the sides here. So, in our penny challenge, it was a little over $12, but I always round up, y'all. I don't want to put change in. So, today we are doing a 10, 12, and 13. So, I do round up. So, my penny challenge will be a little bit higher than what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be $6.67 and some change at the end of the year. But it'll be more than that because I'm actually rounding up each time that I put money into my penny challenge. So, this takes me from June 15th to June 21st. Now, let's talk about subscriptions because I went ahead and pulled $100 out before I left and went and renewed my Sam's Club Members Plus subscription, which is $100, y'all. My daughter, Tori, is 23, will be 24 in November. I want to say June every time, but in November she'll be 24. And with that being said, I went ahead and since I can have 2 cards on my account, I got a card and I put my daughter on my account as well. So subscriptions is going to get a 20, but this is not subscriptions for Sam's Club, y'all. Like I just said, I just pulled that subscription money from my bank account just on the fly out of my buffer. But this subscription is for my kids' Xbox subscriptions, Danya's Spotify subscription, things like that. Jesse and Philip do have a subscription to Xbox every single month that I'm trying to save for a year in advance. It's $180 per child. It is the Xbox Game Pass with all the extras in it. It's the Live, the Game Pass. It's Game Pass Ultimate, I believe, is what it is. So each one of their accounts is $180 per year, or I believe it's $15 per month. So I'm paying $15 per month for each one of them now, but I'm going to get to the 180, pay off Phillips, restart back for Jessica at 180. Danya has Spotify, $10 a month. So that just is still at a $10 a month thing until I can pay that in full as well. Other subscriptions I may be adding into this later on is my subscription to Netflix for the kids. I did go down to 2 screens, y'all. It is super expensive. Netflix has gone crazy with their prices, and I don't really like it. I used to have 4 screens. Now I'm down to 2. I really would love to dump Netflix, but 3 of my kids love to watch Netflix, and I'm stuck with keeping it for right now. So that's subscriptions. Amazon, I'm going to go ahead and start Amazon. Y'all, Amazon's gone up too. Right now, I'm paying a little over $16 a month. It's crazy. And I want to go ahead and bulk this up super fast as well so that I can just go ahead and get that paid off. These little tiny subscriptions is just irritates my budget sometimes. And I just want to pay off in a year advance. Walmart, same thing. $20 is going in. Walmart subscription every year is like $100. Amazon, I think, has gone up to like $140 or a little bit more than that. I'm not sure, but that's ridiculous, y'all. Okay, now Instacart is my next one. And Instacart's going to get 20. My daughter's been doing a lot of work, and she works for Instacart, and I don't really want to run her ragged. I do watch my grandson while she's working, so I'm putting in a 20. I went ahead and flipped my Instacart subscription back on. Again, I took it out of my buffer. Right now, I just flipped it back on for $10 a month, but I really would like to just pay the $100 or so and just not have to worry about it anymore. So that is subscriptions, and that's one more Instacart. Okay, and the last one that we're going to do today is sports. I will keep everybody updated on what's going on. There's sports back here, and sports is also getting a $20 bill. This is for Danya. She does every sport she can get her hands on. She has made student council. She is the secretary in student council. She does all kinds of volunteer groups at school. She does the Boys and Girls Club. She does volleyball, basketball, swimming, track if she's able to finagle that in, soccer, you name it. This girl's all over it. So $20 into sports. I do need to buy her some knee pads for July when she starts camp for volleyball. And again, the gas that I put in is for my daughter to take her to and from. I will do like maybe $20 per week. I know that's not a lot, but my daughter only has to run a couple of miles. It's like 2 miles one way, 2 miles back home. And camp, I think, is only 3 or 4 days long. So for the first camp. The second camp is only a mile from my house. That's at her local junior high school. She's an 8th grader this coming year. The first camp is at the high school. The second camp is at the junior high school. And then she's got tryouts on the same day that she's supposed to start school. Early in the morning. She's got to be at tryouts in mid-August. So that is what we have for cash stuffing today. Again, y'all, I'll keep you updated on my travels. I am not unpacking my suitcase for nothing right now. Yes, I'll have to redo my nails. Yes, I'll have to redo my hair extensions. All the pretty things that I did before I was going to leave for Tunisia. So, lesson learned. I don't think I'll ever deal with Air France again. Unfortunately, the credit that I have has to go through that airline, because sometimes when you get credit back, you have to use the same airline because they're the ones that gave you the credit. So I'm going to speak with a supervisor here in the next week or two. I'm looking for a flight that can fit my needs and my budgets. I don't want to be stranded in a airport on a layover for 5 to 7 hours, which is what it's looking right now. And I'm not going to go to France and stay in France for 5 hours before I get on a flight to go to Tunisia that only takes 2 hours long. So I'm trying to see what I can do and how I can do it. I do know that Delta also holds my credit. Delta and Air France are kind of like combined. So I'm trying to see if Delta will actually take me from Kansas City to maybe somewhere here in the United States and then maybe fly to Germany. That's what I did last time I went over, and it was a great experience. I do not want to go to France. No issues against France themselves, but please don't ever fly with Air France. This is ridiculous. I looked up some things and found out there was a lot of people having issues with that company. Delta, I love. Air France, not at all. So, y'all, I'll keep you updated. We'll be back here in the next day or two to continue stuffing some more envelopes. Again, heavy on travel is going to be taking place. Daycare now will be fully refunded again with that $100. I'll keep you updated on Tucker's upcoming surgery, all the things. So, until next time, please remember to stay safe. Take care. We'll catch you in the next video. Without Limits Budgets is out.